haven't made a dream video in a long time, like 8 months. New curtains. So, yeah. But anyways, let's get straight to the dream. I really liked this dream. It was really detailed. It was really long. I think it lasted probably like at least an hour or two in real life. But basically, it starts out, I go to a school in the forest, which is a snow place. It's probably at least like Alaska, maybe, or something like that. But back at the back of the school, there's like a dock with like 6 or 7 boats, just like chilling there, you know, like jet boats and stuff. So I go there to just chill, and I see my old 8th grade teacher, which I haven't seen her in years, but I was like, oh my gosh. Well, I didn't say that at first. At first I was talking to her, blah, blah, blah. I was just asking her about school, talking about her about dumb stuff, and then I was like, hey, Mrs. And then I said her name. I'm like, is that you? And she was like, I knew it was you. I knew it was you. You look a little different. I didn't want to say if it wasn't you. And I was like, yeah, oh my gosh, how have you been? She's like, yeah, blah, blah. So we start catching up. And then she's like, I remember I was teaching you how to drive, which she wasn't in real life, which is a bit strange. But she's like, I remember I was teaching you how to drive. And then I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I can drive now. I can drive. And she was like, really? Dang. And I was like, yeah, that's crazy. And then, this is so weird. I look over to the right into the water, and by the way, this is the middle of the night. There's just a dead woman in the water, and there's like blood all around her. And then you can like see sharks like in the shadows. There was like 6 sharks all around the boats, and I was like, okay. I didn't even mention it to her. I don't think I was even scared. I just saw a bloody woman in the water bleeding. I didn't even care. And then I just was still talking to her, and I'm like, it's getting late. Like, I gotta go to bed. I should get home. Okay, and then tomorrow we can catch up some more. But she's like, I don't want you to go. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she grabs me, and she starts, like, making out with me. And we just start making out for, like, 5 or 10 minutes. And then she, like, climbs on top of me. And, you know, it starts getting a little bit steamy. And then I'm like, I have to go. Like, I really have to go. Like, I have school tomorrow really early. And I'm like, we can do this tomorrow. I was like, I love you. I want to do this with you tomorrow. And she's like, okay, yeah. She's like, the only way to get off the boat is through this. It's like a tiny little, it's like a 4-wheel bike. Or like a 4-wheel, I can't drive thing. One of those like dirt bikes things. But it's made in the water. I don't know what those are called. I can't think because I'm tired. But she was like, you have to take this. This is the only way to get off. And I'm like, okay. So she, it's like, you have to fill it with fuel, though. And I was like, oh, damn. Like, I really just want to get home. And for some reason, I was scared of, like, walking around on the boat. Because I have an ocean fear. And I was really scared. Like, oh, what if I slip? Something. I'll be honest, I was really terrified. But I started filling the boat up with fuel. Because I had to get home, dude. And so, I'm filling it up with fuel. And then we just hear, like, screams, bloody screams coming from within the forest, which it's like behind the boat, so like there's water between us and the forest, but we hear bloody murder screaming. Sorry, I accidentally cut that by accident, but we heard bloody screaming from a man and a woman, and we heard like maniacal laughing, like and we heard like screaming and laughing, and like I was terrified, like what the hell? And then my teacher was like, she's like, we need to go right now. And I was like, what? And she's like, call police. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what's going on. I've never been in a cannibal attack before. But anyways, so we fill up the boat, and I don't remember what happens, because in the dream it cut, or maybe it didn't cut, but I don't remember. Anyways, cut later. Me and my friend Daphne with somebody else. I think it was a man, like a boy. We were dressed up, and we were in the snow, and I'm trying to think. Oh, so it was a blizzard. What recently happened was a blizzard, and there was a man who was with his Alaskan dogs. He looked really weird. He looked like an alien. He looked so weird. He had like burnt up skin and shit, and he was like breaking this house that was in the blizzard. He was breaking it apart. He was like ripping the roof off, and he's taking the wood for himself. And we're like, dude, we need to get away. Like, that's a bit weird. So we start running. But we're like crawling in the snow. Like we're 5 inches deep in the snow. No, like 5 feet deep in the snow, crawling. Me and Daph were just crawling in this 5 feet deep snow. Our whole bodies are covered in snow and cold. We're just doing that, you know. And then he sees us. He's like, "Hey!" And then we start running. We start running so fast. And I guess we were like going on a picnic, I guess, in the forest. And Daphne's dad was a hunter. And so we came with a bunch of different hunters, and she's like, "Dad, Dad, Dad, help me!" And we're like, "Help, help, 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 help!" And I mean, we didn't have any reason to. It's just this guy was chasing us, and we get there, and they were like, "What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?" We're like, "Help, help! He's after us! He's after us!" He comes up to us. He's like, "What the fuck is your problem?" And we're like, "Huh?" He's like, "I was coming to give you some meat." And we're like, "Oh." So he hands us a bag. It's like just like a small Ziploc bag. He gives us a Ziploc bag full of meat, chopped up. There's blood all over it and stuff. We're like, he's like, "Here." And we were like, "Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much." And then Daphne's dad was like, "Thanks, man. That's really kind." He goes over, like, shake his hand. The alien, he says, he goes, he does like his maniacal laugh. He takes the axe and slams it in his head, and like blood splattered everywhere. I wasn't scared of that, to be honest, because I guess I've seen a lot of gore. I wasn't scared. I'm not even scared that I saw that gruesome image in my dream. But I actually want to dream that again, because for some reason, running away and like being so scared like that, I like that dream. Really like that dream. It was really weird. But yeah. So that was my dream. It was really weird. I'm probably going to be thinking about it all day. Thinking about it for like a week, because it sounds like a movie. So that should be made into a movie. I really liked that dream. And yeah, I think it was really good. So